The Supreme Court has rejected the Italian Marine's plea for extension of stay in Italy by another 4 months, and they have come out with the order. The Supreme Court earlier had permitted one Marine to go to Italy for medical reasons. We have Meenakshi with more details. Yes, Meenakshi.
Well, Afrida, along expected lines, the Italian Marine who has been permitted by the Supreme Court to travel abroad for medical reasons today again sought an extension by 4 months for her stay in Italy. That has been rejected by the Supreme Court. Alongside, we had certain observations which were interesting, which came about from the Supreme Court. The court clearly asking Toli Sorabji, who was making an appearance for the Marines, to plead their case for extension of stay, the Supreme Court telling them clearly to allow the system to work, and if the Marines had their rights, so did the victims. With these observations, the Supreme Court has dismissed their plea. Alongside, the court is also of the opinion that it does not wish to give any permission to the other Marine to travel to Italy. You'll recall, after great arguments, the Supreme Court had allowed the Marines to travel to Italy, to allow one of the Marines to travel to Italy on medical grounds, only after the Marines had given an undertaking about their date of departure and arrival back to India. With that undertaking, the Supreme Court had given them permission to travel, but now they were seeking an extension of their stay in Italy. That has been rejected by the top court.
So that means at least one of the Italian Marines whose bail term expires in Jan 2015 would have to return now.
Absolutely, Afrida. There is no question because you'll recall the last time the Supreme Court had permitted one of the Marines to travel to Italy for medical reasons. As I was reiterating for our viewers, the court had taken an undertaking about the date of departure from India and the date of arrival back to India. And clearly, the Marines had given this undertaking to the Supreme Court, and subsequent to which the permission from the court had come by to allow or facilitate their travel. That was the direction to the government of India that time, and therefore no obstacles were posed in his departure from India. But today he sought an extension by another 4 months.
Right.
The Chief Justice of the opinion that such extension cannot be given.
Thanks, Meenakshi, for joining us with those updates.